Plaintiffs Abraham Zhang and Ruben Garcia met the defendant in college, and they were roommates. Ruben and Abraham claim they partied often with the defendant, but the defendant took it too far by bringing drugs into the home. They're suing him for unpaid rent. Defendant Mitch McNaughton insists the plaintiffs are the ones who used drugs while they lived together. Mitch claims the plaintiffs were constantly pressuring him to buy alcohol for them, even though they were underage, and he's countersuing them for attorney fees.
Start with you.
Your Honor, we met Mitch back in 2014. He lived with us. All four of us, we got to know each other pretty well throughout that year, 2014. But then eventually, party, as college students, we came and whatnot. We party at UW-Madison. We went out together, but at some point, Mitch took it too far. Of course, he provided the alcohol, and at the time we were underage, but he took it too far by bringing drugs in to the apartment, such as Xanax, marijuana, and things like that.
He wanted prescription drugs. He would abuse them, using them with alcohol and stuff.
You didn't, obviously.
No, we did not do that stuff. We drink alcohol, because we are
okay,
college
that's incorrect.
students. Of course we would drink.
What part?
The part where they said they did not use drugs, that's a lie.
We would not use drugs. We drink, obviously we're college students, we're gonna drink, but I would not put drugs in.
And obviously, if college student, you're smoking weed. Who you think you're kidding?
Okay, I smoke, but I didn't take any drugs. Not prescription drugs and Xanax.
Just say you didn't use hard drugs. Marijuana is a drug. Smoke a little weed or smoke a lot of weed, all you do is go to sleep.
Get the munchies.
Yeah, get the munchies.
Very true.
You're gonna probably start laughing a lot in the beginning, eating snacks, and then you fall asleep.
Plaintiffs Abraham Zhang and Ruben Garcia say the defendant was their roommate, and they claim he abused prescription pills and brought drugs into their home.
All right.
So as we were saying, we lived with Mitch. Some of the conditions that we lived with him weren't necessarily the cleanest, such as I shared a room with him. The first year we lived together, the bathrooms would be really dirty at times. There would be dishes all over the room. So some of the conditions, were just kind of hard, but as good friends, we decided to bear with them,
We also have a witness that if we could bring up.
All right, come on up, sir. State your name.
So I am Benedict Richelieu. I was a fourth roommate in this case. He approached us and he said that his old roommates had ditched him. We took him in, and then we all got close. He's a nice guy, but the thing is he has problems with drugs. His cleanliness, it's off. He's honestly, you're a dirty person, man.
Okay.
You're dirty,
okay.
man.
You guys were the ones who trashed the house. You want to talk trash about me. You guys were the ones who trashed the house all the time. The dishes were from you guys. The partying was you guys.
Your Honor,
you provided alcohol.
Party with us.
Your Honor pressured me into providing the alcohol.
We pressured you.
Yes,
We're 6
you did.
foot tall. How could I pressure you?
You don't think Ben can pressure me? You don't think he's intimidating?
We don't force you
What
to
does
do
that
it.
mean? How is he more intimidating than the other guy in the red shirt? How is he more intimidating than him?
He's a little bit bigger than that.
Are you? No, they look
I would
about
say
the
we're
same.
about the same size.
Yeah, they look about the
Okay.
same. I don't know where you're
Maybe
coming
not the
from.
same
I don't know
muscular
where you're coming
definition,
from with that.
Exactly.
By the way, all y'all nasty. I don't know what who you think you're kidding. How you gonna have 4 college buddies living together and you're gonna determine who's nastier than the other? So y'all can stop that right now. All right, now, you wanna give me some background, sir?
So yeah, we met when they said we did. They needed a roommate. Then we started living together again this year, and
That's the part I'm missing. Living again. So you all had a lease earlier?
Yes.
Yes, we
Yes,
did.
for 1
The
year.
lease
Fine.
ended?
Yes.
How long was the first lease?
A year.
year
It was
long.
a year.
And you knew all this?
We knew all this, but like we
we-
said before, we became
You
friends.
knew he was a dope fiend then?
Yes.
But we became friends and we
Yes, we
sympathized with
supported
him.
him.
We
You
had back-
sympathized with him.
Yes, he had.
So the second lease you got because you were what? Drug rehab houses? You were running drugs? They talking about you all are calling the young man a dope fiend.
Honestly, we were friends. That was the bottom line. Like, for me, nobody's perfect, but we were friends. And if anything, it meant we didn't have to look for another person, because it's a hassle in itself.
You all running rehab in there, weren't they? They told you they made you go to meetings?
Your Honor, they're making that kind of stuff
Go
up. I don't know what
ahead,
they're
sir.
talking about.
Second agreement.
We signed a second agreement, and they partied all the time, every weekend. It was just ridiculous. I felt like I was the parent in the situation,
Your Honor, you
having to
partied
clean
with
up
us.
after them. No, I didn't. I had to clean up after them all the time, and it was just ridiculous. And as for them,
This is the second lease.
This is the second lease, yes.
So the first lease, they didn't party?
They did.
Yeah. Let's hear from you guys about the rent you're suing him for.
We're suing him for 4 months of unpaid rent.
What months and year? I haven't even gotten a year from you guys.
It would be February, March, April, and May. Of
February
2015.
through May of what year?
2016, sorry.
The law usually provides or requires you to mitigate your damages. 3 months is enough to get a new college roommate. All you all do is put it on the board at school if you're really going to class. Are they going to class?
On occasion.
Yeah. So did you all do that?
According to the lease, he's responsible for finding his own replacement.
Or make his best effort. And you all are to make best efforts as well to mitigate, reduce your damage that he would cause. You have to do your best, and he has to do his best to find a new roommate. Go ahead.
And as a result, he decided to go get the city inspector because the place was zoned for 3, and we had 4 people living in the building. So I was forced to leave the premises because I was the person who was not officially on the lease. He even told him that he planned, because he graduated that at the end of 2015. He told him that he planned on staying and working. And I guess...
Okay, so that's what happened. He graduated and he left. There was no big mystery to this. All this, he left because we were partying too much. You trying to lie and say that's why you left is because they were partying too much. You were partying right there with them all along from day one.
Your Honor, could I...
You just left because you graduated, and that's a good thing.
Could I get a word in edgewise?
Yes. There you go. Talk slick to me.
I left before the end of the semester because they were playing such loud music I couldn't concentrate on my studies. So I left a month and a half before.
All right.
It would have been November.
And you knew you were graduating, didn't you? You knew you were graduating, didn't you?
Yes.
When the college roommates are making too much noise, particularly if they only have 1 semester, no, 1 month. You know what they do? They go to the library, which doesn't close until midnight. Now let's move on. How many months is it are you all suing for?
4 months.
4 months, and the reasonable amount of time. What's your defense to that, sir?
My defense to that is that they refused to let me get a subletter. I offered to find them one, and they said that they would not accept that.
Is that true?
In this lease, 3 of us signed it. We're the primary holders of it. We do not have to, have them signed to a sublease.
So you're essentially agreeing, sir, that he had someone for you.
Plaintiffs Abraham Zhang and Ruben Garcia say the defendant was their roommate, and they claim he abused prescription pills and brought drugs into their home.
Now, what are you countersuing for?
I'm suing for my attorney fees.
What attorney fees? You don't have a lawyer.
I had an attorney preparing for the case in Madison before we had it switched to be heard in front of you.
For $1,100.
That's correct, sir.
What did he have to prepare? Because you see how
we
quick
met
I
with him
did
several
that?
times. We went over the court case. He explained some of the laws to me.
You need to go get some of your money back. Small claims by definition, sir, we don't consider attorney fees. I'm going to have to deny your claim, dismissing both claims. You all had no real defense to him saying he had someone for you. Have a good day. Both your claims are dismissed.